All right, what's going on, you guys? This has been a very long-awaited. Sorry, my computer camera quality isn't the best, but I'm about to take you guys through everything that I've been doing in the past few months to reach my current state in life, physically, mentally, financially. So put your phone down, take some notes. It's going to be about maybe 30-40 minute presentation, so if you don't have the time to sit through that, well, maybe you don't deserve to get this information, right? Maybe grab a little protein shake or something. We don't do popcorn around here unless it's that light and fit. Now, here's how I gained 10 pounds of lean muscle, created a killer routine, and skyrocketed my production in about 6 months. This is all without sacrificing my work or my social life. I mean, I've been doing all this stuff while working full time. So without further ado, let's just get into some of the free training. Now, before I started this, I was around probably 20% body fat. I really just hated what I saw in the mirror. Maybe I don't look terrible there in some of you guys' perspective, but, this was a couple, like a little over a year after high school, just wasn't in the best shape. I was just super unhappy, going to bed, like disappointed in myself, smoking weed, drinking all the time. Not all the time, but more than I should have been, very lethargic, had a lot of brain fog. And, I was still in school, but I was just doing whatever I could do to get to class, do the assignment. I didn't really have any ulterior motive, any other goals in life. But since implementing this program, the warrior method, as I call it, I've shredded down to about 10, maybe 11 body fat percentage. I literally, as I really started to stay disciplined with this, a few months into it, I would wake up, look at myself in the mirror, and I could not believe myself. Like, seriously, you guys, it was nothing felt better than waking up and seeing all of my just years of training and hard work finally coming to this new pinnacle, this new peak for me. So obviously seeing that just made me super confident, and it's just been a bit of a snowball effect. I'm very driven now. I'm very, my mind's clear, I'm motivated, and I just finally feel like I have control of my life again. So just a little who this is for. If you're ready to develop the discipline of a savage, this is for you. If you're working full time, maybe in school full time, and you just feel like you don't have any free time, maybe you're getting to bed super late and you're just spending all your time with homework and I don't have time to go to the gym, this is for you. If you're ready to transform your life through consistency and accountability, this is going to be for you. If you're struggling to gain or lose weight or put on muscle, just need help in the gym, this is for you. And if you're one of those guys who maybe has been working out for a while, if you love working out, but you just can't eat right and make consistent progress, this is going to be for you as well. Now, who this is not for, if you're just super lazy, unmotivated, don't think you have, the will, the gall to push through something really hard, it's not for you. If you're not ready to dedicate at least 6 weeks, 6 hours a week, right, to some cardio, some weight training, this is not for you, right? You can't just get the physique of your dreams without putting in the work. If you're not seeking self-improvement, fulfillment, and just overall health and wellness, this is not going to be for you. If you're not open to growth and maybe relearning some of the things that you were taught that might be wrong, and willing to maybe drop your ego a little bit just to get some new advice, then I don't think this is for you. If you're not ready to commit 100% and give it your all, again, this is not for you, because I can only tell you so much. You have to implement it yourself, right? I'm not going to be lifting the weights for you, picking up the fork for you. Now, here is the truth, though, you guys. You can get in shape without being in the gym every single day of your life, making the gym your personality, dedicating your life to the gym. The biggest part of your foundation is going to be your mindset and your discipline. Again, you don't have to be in the gym for even 2+ hours a day, every day of the week. You can form your dream physique while pursuing your dream career. So I'm currently in school for architecture at Georgia Tech. Just some of the little pictures down here. I'll show you. This was one of my final projects for my past semester. And then I'm also working full-time doing door-to-door. So got a lot on my plate, but I still make the gains, still make the progress while pursuing everything else. And again, there's no such thing as you don't have enough time in the day. It's 24 hours in a day, guys. You need 6 to 8 hours of sleep. If you want this bad enough, you're going to make the time to meet your goals. And getting in shape is hard, but the hardest things in life are going to force you to grow, and you're going to reach that pinnacle of masculinity. And just to say that, like, nothing feels better inside and out than really dedicating your life to self-improvement, making sure that you're the best version of yourself you can be, not only for yourself, but for your friends and your family and for people that rely on you. You know, that's just one of the keys to being a man. So if you want to be that person, these are my 4 steps. I'll show you how to develop an unbreakable mindset and routine, how to create unmatched athleticism and cardiovascular health, how to properly train for muscle growth in shorter sessions, again, not spending 2-3 hours in the gym, and how to really dial in your nutrition to reach and maintain that dream physique. Now, in case you don't know me, this is a little backstory on how I got here. So, back in 2020, COVID happened. I was 16. Yeah, and I just was obsessed with getting a 6-pack, right? Who doesn't want that 6-pack abs? I looked up on YouTube, 6-minute abs. So that top corner picture of me right here, probably right before COVID, 2019. This is a couple months into COVID ab workouts. This is about 6 months into me consistently doing ab workouts. Actually got like pretty nice 6-pack. This is me a couple months into lifting. Started weight training classes, did a little cut, which I didn't need to do. I was already obviously really lean. And then started bulking up. This is me my senior year of high school, when I was at probably before these recent months. This is probably my previous peak physique. Did some modeling as well my senior year. This right here is, about a year after I graduated high school, year into college. Again, I started weight training. I became very obsessed with the gym, did many cutting and bulking cycles. But then once I transitioned into college, I really lost sight of my fitness goals. I got overwhelmed with school. I was at a smaller school before I came to Georgia Tech, so I was very focused on transferring into tech, making sure I was going to, meet everything there. And so I had a heavy workload, and I honestly, there's no excuse for that, but I lost sight of my goals. Took the bulk too far, some would say. This was after, about 4 months of the summer, my first summer doing door-to-door. I was walking around on foot all day. So I got decently lean, got a little tan. This was me just a little bit before, probably in late April of this year. And then this was me, earlier this week. So I've really just found the perfect method. I kind of, this little bottom corner was sort of like a rock bottom for me, I was making every excuse. I was smoking weed almost every night. Super unhealthy habit. I mean, I kept my grades up, but I was just doing the bare minimum to pass by my standards and still be able to, just sort of be a degenerate, to put it into better terms. Now, the warrior method is the feedback loop that I built through my very own trial and error with very consistent improvements and adjustments, so I could find the most optimal output for not only, a very nice success, but for longevity's sake. So this is right when I got out here, right at the beginning of May, and then this is me again just last week. So 3 months of my tried and true methods, really the most dialed in I've ever been, really applied myself. So I'm going to break it all down for you guys. Again, just showing you the entire process to transform not only your physique, but your mind. Now, these 5 pillars are, if you correctly implement them, it's going to be your strongest foundation. It's going to change your life. This is what I like to call MAD, mindset, attitude, and discipline. Number 2, becoming a man of ritual, routine. Aerobic and anaerobic conditioning. This is going to be your cardio, your stretching. We'll break all this down for you guys. And then the dialed in training for strength, growth, and mind-muscle connection. Now, the final thing, and honestly the most important for achieving fat loss and having high-level nutrition to maintain that for just more than the 6 months it takes you to get to that goal, is going to be your nutrition. That's what's going to keep you at that body state, keep you looking great for life, right? This is how I dialed everything for my feedback loop, breaking all my shitty habits while working full-time door-to-door, while working full-time in my architecture studies, to achieve and maintain this dream physique. Developing an unbreakable mindset and routine. So, if any of you guys watch anime, you're probably going to love the examples I use for this. Here we have Guts from Berserk, and then we just got, the Super Saiyans, the boys, Goku, Vegeta, Trunks, Piccolo, Gohan from Dragon Ball. The 3 G's, growth, goals, and gratitude. So, growth, you always want to shift your mindset to a growth mindset. If you guys aren't aware of this, there's a lot of good articles you can read on this. But sort of having a steady state mindset is just thinking, okay, everything's okay. Like, I'm just going to keep going through the motions of life. Hopefully something will fall into my lap. The growth mindset is opening yourself up to learning, opening yourself up to new opportunities, trying something out. A goal-oriented mindset, making sure that you have things that you're constantly working towards in life, and you're not just content with whatever you have at that point, which is, not a bad thing to be content. Leads into the final G, gratitude. You don't want to hate your life because you're not a millionaire. You want to be very grateful for what you have. And having gratitude is going to make sure you stay on that consistent line, so whenever you do hit that growth spurt or you reach a big goal, it's not going to shoot you up and you're going to be super happy for a little bit, and then you shoot back down, because that's what brought you gratitude. You have to find gratitude in your daily life. For me, religion is a really big part of that for me. Consider myself a Christian. I read the Bible, and I think having a connection with God personally has just really helped me find a better gratitude for life. Now, becoming unbreakable. This is where all the anime references really get tied in. Guts, it's literally in his name, like, this guy has the guts. If you've watched Berserk, this guy has been through, like, the worst shit. Everything that life could throw at him. You can see this dude doesn't even have his hand, and he's still just one of the most badass warriors, always perseveres through everything. So no matter what life is going to throw at you, you have to build yourself up with that foundation and make sure that you're not going to let any words of another person, any unexpected things that come up in your life break you and ruin your flow, tear you down. Shifting into more of the attitude the transfer of energy is huge, right? What you give out is what you get in. So if you're unhappy with your life and you're projecting that onto others, people are going to be able to see that so clearly. They're going to call it out, or they're just going to avoid you because you're a negative person. So shifting to more of an optimistic mindset and, just being kinder to others, just being more true to yourself, honest with yourself, people will start to feel that energy and you'll get it back. It's as simple as that. Now onto discipline, doing the hard shit. Like, yeah, we all want to just lay in bed for hours, especially on a Sunday when we're probably all off of work or school. But that's when it counts the most. When you don't have anything you actually have to do, and you get up and you make yourself do that hard shit. That's what's going to put you above all the other average people around you. One of my favorite quotes from David Goggins is being uncommon among uncommon people. So just always striving to be at the top of your class, at the top of your league, and then just developing a warrior mentality. This goes into my Dragon Ball image here. These guys, the Saiyan, they're literally the warrior race. I mean, again, some of these fight scenes in this show are like 50 episodes long. You're like, how does this guy have the endurance for that? And they just keep going because they don't stop until the job's finished. They don't stop until the battle's over. And life is an ongoing battle, right? It's never really going to stop until you die. So just developing a warrior mentality is just going to push you through those really hard times. Just making sure you're next level. Now, becoming a man of ritual. I got Saitama here from One Punch Man. I'm sure some of you guys know his routine. I believe it's 100 push-ups, 100 pull-ups, 100 squats, and then like 10 miles or 10-kilometer run. Pretty awesome, and that's what got him from like the average guy to just like this ultimate being, this ultimate physique, and pretty cool show. And then down there we can maybe get into that a little later. Number one is your non-negotiables. Every single day you have to develop a ritual, to develop a perfect routine. You have to have things that are a non-negotiable, no matter where you are, no matter who you're with, no matter what time you wake up. This is what you're doing. And maybe one of your non-negotiables can be a wake-up time. For me, I wake up at 6 a.m. every day. My non-negotiables are I'm going to wake up at 6 a.m. I'm going to take that cold shower to wake me up because I'm still tired. I don't wake up with, flowing with energy. Some days I do. But take that cold shower, another hard thing. Make your bed. It's just habit. Looks clean. Looks nice. Just another non-negotiable. I do a little bit of reading. Right now, I'm rereading Atomic Habits. Read this one a little bit last year, but never actually finished through it. So now I feel like after a lot of things I've gone through, I'm going to have a great new perspective on it. And then I do a run every morning. So right now it's sort of a deload week for me, and I'm still running about a mile every day. Usually I do 2 to 3, sometimes more than that, trying to always increase my aerobic conditioning. Now, strategic scheduling for all you busy people, everyone with tons of schoolwork, hard work, you're going to want to literally block out your life. If you use Google Calendar, Apple Calendar, whatever, block out like 30 minutes to an hour and just give yourself time to do everything that you need to do, including those mandatory tasks like work or school or studying, plus the things that you want as far as your goals in life. Now you need to make a wants versus a needs evaluation for your life. What is something that you absolutely need to do to achieve these goals, to stay at a baseline, and to go to the next level? And then what are just some of your basic wants? We all have worldly wants, Maybe it's materialistic. Maybe it's you want, a new relationship. Or maybe one of your wants right now is to transform your personal life. But slowly, as you become more invested into this, it's going to become a need for you. Now, implementing interdisciplinary habits is going to be super helpful in tying everything together. So implementing a habit that's going to not only help your personal wants and goals, but also in turn help your needs. So for example, my habits, just using this past semester as an example, I got a crazy workload with architecture, and I couldn't work out, weight training for like 2 hours like I generally do a lot. I just didn't have the time to do that every single day. So I said, okay, well, but before this year, I barely ran. And I decided I need to start running a little more. And so in the morning, I'd wake up. My gym was like 2 minutes from my house. I'd drive there, fasted, drink some water, and I would run probably for like 10, 20 minutes, get all that stuff done. That's a habit that's, number one, starting my fitness goals off on a good note, and it's also waking me up, engaging all my body systems, getting my mind firing, and ready to attack the school day. So that's just one example. There's plenty more I could lay out for you. Now, discovering your why and finding true fulfillment is what's going to also push you to this next level here. So when you're struggling to do that hard stuff, when you can't push yourself out of bed, you have to have something more than, I just want to get shredded, or I just want to make money. It has to be very personal, very deep-rooted, maybe to do with your friends or your family, to not let people down, to prove yourself to others, which you shouldn't depend on, but having a why that's just stronger than something material is going to be what is going to push you to that next level. It can maybe be one of your big 5 goals for your future, right? Now, finding fulfillment through all of this is just going to make it easier. And once you continue that ritual on for longer, it's just going to become easier as it goes. Now, creating unmatched athleticism and cardiovascular health. This is sweet, man. Vegeta here in the training chamber on his way to Planet Namek, right, to fight Frieza. Steady state cardio, I got the Strava logo in here as well. Steady state cardio is just going to be your long distance stuff. Aerobic, which is, using your breath. Anaerobic being not necessarily using as much breathing techniques. So stretching and warming up, sort of like yoga. Almost, you don't have to do a full yoga session, but yoga really ties in the deep breathing. Stretching and warming up is just going to get your body loosened up. It's going to relieve some pain. It's going to activate you. Sprinting, anaerobic conditioning, engaging those fast twitch muscle fibers. Again, another interdisciplinary habit that's going to carry into your strength training and your weightlifting. Same with steady state cardio, improves your endurance, going to make hypertrophy, higher sets a lot easier. Explosive movements, again, taking off like this guy is right here from the track off that very initial thing is just going to get your body ready to engage, right? And then endurance training, just circling back to the aerobic conditioning, is what's really going to get your body peaked to go longer and to go harder for longer. Again, Strava right here, this app is like an app I just started using pretty recently to track all my runs. You can track hikes, all type of activity, a lot of conditioning, and then it also allows you to track workouts in there, so I might start doing that as well. Some of the benefits of conditioning, your physical results, your mental prowess. This picture of me right down here was after I ran 5 miles in the pouring rain. This is no pump. I think I had like a banana with some honey in the morning and some water. and I look like this. I don't look like that when I wake up, right? That's just my body after being pushing to its limits. And I mean, you're just going to shred body fat by doing conditioning and running. It's amazing. You're lowering blood pressure, improving your cardiovascular health, reducing your mortality risk. I mean, it's just, there's nothing not to love about conditioning. You're getting more flexible, more stable, especially if you implement that stretching. Again, pain relief, conditioning paired with proper stretching and warm-ups is going to be key in not only just regular pain relief, but those, maybe tensions that you get from the gym in your joints. And then again, we basically cover cardiovascular benefits, right? Properly training for muscle growth in shorter sessions. This is key. This is probably what all you guys came for, right? Now, the dialed training for growth, strength, and mind-muscle connection. Here we got Arnold Schwarzenegger, needs no introduction, king of bodybuilding. And then again, got my boy Vegeta. Hypertrophy versus strength training. So hypertrophy is going to be higher sets, anywhere from, I would say, the 10 plus rep range at a weight where I think a common misconception is people say low weight, high reps. You don't want the weight to be easy, right? You want it to be, I'm doing 12 reps and maybe I could get 14 or 15. But you're just getting more reps rather than you would on a strictly strength training regimen, which is going to be maybe 5 sets of 3. For example, I'm training for a big bench day this upcoming week. I'm doing 5 sets of 2 at about 80% of my max. Choosing the right split for you and for your goals is going to be key. Just making sure that, maybe you want to get a little stronger and you want to build muscle. So you do a bit of a hybrid split. Maybe you just want to fully dial into hypertrophy, right? Because you're going to get stronger as you build muscle anyways. But each of the splits have their own benefits, right? Now, choosing the right split is just going to be crucial, and it all depends on your individual goals. The mind-muscle connection, though, is what pushes your time in the gym to the next level. When you feel that contraction in your bicep when you're doing curls, when you're doing a dumbbell row or you're doing a barbell row and you feel those muscles contracting rather than just feeling like you're just following the basic YouTube video and you're kind of pulling your back or whatever, that's that, right? Time optimization is going to be key for you guys who don't have much time in the gym. Making the most out of all your sets, making sure you're getting a good amount of rest time between everything, but also going ahead and, making sure you're just not dilly-dallying in the gym, right? Now, rest and recovery is going to be key as well. That's why I put the picture of Vegeta in there. He's in like the recovery pod. That's going to be the time you grow. So the time in the gym is the time spent when you're tearing the muscle apart. Your rest and recovery is when you're actually building that muscle back up, repairing it and everything. So getting into the final key of here is dialing in your nutrition to reach, not only to reach, but to maintain your dream physique. Now, some high-level nutrition for longevity is what you're going to need. Macros plus tracking is the number one key here, you guys. I just put 2 of the biggest tracking apps here, MyFitnessPal, and the one I personally use right now is Stupid Simple Macro Tracker. MyFitnessPal is super simple, integrates with a lot of things. It's probably the most popular. Stupid Simple Macro Tracker, just how it sounds. But macros, proteins, fats, carbs, and ensuring you're tracking your calories and your intake of that every day is going to be key in hitting your goals. Simple as that. Micronutrients and supplements So especially on a restrictive diet, if you're having to cut, let me get some water real quick. Now, when you're going on a cut, you have more of a restrictive diet. You're not eating as many fats, just not eating, you're eating in a deficit of calories that your body is used to, putting your body in survival mode, and you're most likely not getting all the nutrients that your body needs. So you fill that in through supplementation. Another just big rule of thumb is just eating whole foods, whole foods like beef, avocado, fruits, vegetables, any types of meats, and even whole grains are going to be key. Those are just very simple fats, proteins, carbs. They're, made by nature, not processed. They don't have, a laundry list of ingredients in them. And it's just whole foods, very simple, very nutritious, great macros, great micros, all around great. Making smart substitutions for something that you actually like. So this gets into the longevity portion of things. Say, for example, you love burgers, right? There's plenty of options for you. You could have sort of a bunless burger. We have a burger bowl. Get some lean ground beef, get some sugar-free ketchup, pickles, and then you get some fat-free cheese, which is, if y'all know me, man, fat-free cheese is the key. It's like the number one infinite money glitch for fat burning and for anabolic meals. If you gotta have the bun, get a keto bun. Super simple. I mean, just making these little substitutions and stuff that you would generally eat makes a world of a difference, especially in the long term. Now, cooking, just taking control of what you eat, being able to control your own portion size is going to be key. Also, just a part of being a man, providing for the family, providing for yourself. You can't always rely on Chipotle or McDonald's for that meal or the dining hall. Okay, guys? Cooking is key. Take control of your own diet, right? It's that simple. And then again, just circling back around to the longevity part. Making smart substitutions, cooking your own food, getting to track your own macros, understanding what micronutrients you might need to supplement with through a multivitamin or through maybe finding out your deficiencies. Chronometer, if I'm saying that correctly, is a good app where you can plug in your diet basically and it tells you your micronutrient deficiencies. The key here, guys, is longevity though, because anyone can do the keto diet for 8 weeks and lose 10 pounds of fat. But then if you don't have a strong will and you hate what you're eating, you're going to have a freaking 20-piece nugget with a Dr. Pepper and fries one time. You're going to be like, why did I ever stop eating this? So the key is longevity. Obviously, if you're on a very restrictive diet long term, you can have cheat meals. I have cheat meals probably once every 2-3 weeks. Just depends on kind of like my cravings. But there's a way to kick cravings. It's another great thing for just like eating for longevity. With the smart substitutions, you're able to beat your cravings without breaking your diet or breaking your macros. Now, just to recap, the Warrior Method is this process that I have really figured out through years of trial and error, utilizing the 5 pillars of mindset, ritual, conditioning, training, and optimum nutrition to achieve my dream physique and optimize my life for success. So now that you understand exactly how all this works, I have an offer for you. If you're a busy executive man, a busy college-age student like myself, or you're just a hardworking guy or woman that feels like you just have no time, right? And you're looking to develop some new habits and to develop the mentality of a fucking warrior, right? Just getting after it every day, not letting anything or anyone bring you down or stop you, and you're looking to transform your physique and your life through dialed training and nutrition, this is my offer. Out of Shape Busy Men, I will help you shred body fat, gain 10 pounds of lean muscle, and develop killer routines for yourself in 6 months or less without having to sacrifice work, social life, or any of that, while being able to still be, a normal functioning member of society and not feeling like an outcast anymore, being confident in yourself and being the best version of yourself for you and others. So if you're interested, go down to the links in my bio. You can book a call with me. We can set something up, figure out a plan that works best for you. But without further ado, that's all I have for you guys. I really appreciate it if you stayed this long, committed this time to watching my presentation. I really look forward to working with some of you guys, and if not, I hope you got some value out of this. I hope you took some notes. If you didn't, maybe rewind, go pause it, write down some of my bullet points, because this is really the keys that have brought me from just your average Joe to Joa. All right, guys. Well, I really appreciate it again for sitting here taking the time to listen to me. If you like this, you want to see more content, I'm going to have a lot more coming soon.